morning. This is Meir Valensky with Driving Markets. Okay, so let's have a look what is driving markets today. On Friday, the markets, financial markets in the US and Europe fell significantly. Of course, the biggest faller out of all of them was the Nasdaq. As I've said before, the Nasdaq is very speculative, and when it comes to any type of concerns worldwide that the tech stocks or the speculative stocks become unstable, people pull the money out and start going into secured assets. So the price of gold shot up on Friday, is now running at 1,896, which is the highest level since June 2021. Also, the US Treasury yield dropped all the way back down to 1.96 because the price of the US Treasuries has gone up because people are looking for safe havens on the back of the Russia-Ukraine crisis. It looks like Russia is going to invade Ukraine. I don't believe it is saber rattling. I think it's definitely going to be an invasion. I don't think Sleepy Joe Biden, the US president, or whatever he is, more like the dormitory warden, is going to do anything. I think sanctions across the US, from the US to Russia, are not going to be strong enough or a deterrent enough to stop Russia. Russia has $635 billion in actual liquid cash reserves, so they could withstand sanctions for a significant amount of time. What the US would do is stop any financial transactions in the dollar. Remember, all dollar denominated assets or cash have to move via a US bank, which is normally the US Treasury, or you've got the Bankers Trust in New York as one of the clearers for US dollars. So the US would stop all clearance of dollar denominated assets or cash from Russia. However, the Russians could either transact their deals in euros, or they could partner up with China and formulate and transact their transactions through China. So I don't really think that is a major threat. It's a bit of a toothless tiger, and Russia will do whatever they want regarding Ukraine, which in my opinion, they'll probably invade Ukraine. The other area to look at was the semiconductor manufacturers in Taiwan. They are now heavily coming down on industrial espionage from China. China is trying to steal all of the AI, the artificial intelligence regarding semiconductors from Taiwan, and move it over to China. The world's biggest producer of semiconductors in the world is Taiwan. You've got around about 90% of semiconductor manufacturing in Taiwan and China, and therefore Taiwan is hypersensitive to any type of infiltration by China. Other interesting point to look at is you may have the start of a correction forming within the financial markets. It looks like the 200-day moving averages have been breached across the board on many financials. If this continues, then we are going to go into correction territory and could go into a bear market. I've always said for the whole of 2022 from last year, I think this year is going to be a bear market, and I want to restate again in case those people don't get me. I see the Nasdaq at 7,000, and I see the Dow all the way down to around about 22,000, in the S&P to around about 2,800. Just to be aware of that. That's what I'm stating for 2022. There's been dollar weakness also in the last few days, but at the moment everyone's attention, everything's focusing on Ukraine, Russia. If that does kick off, you'll see gold go to 2,000. You'll see oil go to $120, $130 a barrel. You'll see the 10-year yield on the US Treasury probably go to about 1.8 to 1.82 as the price will shoot up, and there'll be an extreme push down on all financial markets. That's it for today. Remember, when you trade with regulated firms. If you have any issues or any input you need from myself, please contact me on LinkedIn, WhatsApp. You can comment on this YouTube. You can also follow me on Instagram, and I'll be happy to guide you on which platform would be the most suitable for yourselves. Have a good day. Meir Walensky with Driving Markets.